What's up, guys? Welcome back to Huddle the Hardwood. My name is Jacob, and today we are going to be doing a quick video before any of our teams lose. We're going to be doing our Final Four predictions and champion predictions, and hopefully none of our teams lose while we're recording. So, with that being said, I'll let you take the reins.
Yeah, so I believe we only have one team different in our Final Fours. My Final Four is sitting at Michigan State versus Florida, and then Arizona versus Iowa State, and then yours would be Michigan State versus Houston, and then Arizona versus Iowa State. So we'll save the Michigan State matchup for last, and we'll go since we have Arizona and Iowa State the same. How do you see this matchup going? Who is going to the national championship?
I'm gonna have Arizona going to the national championship. Iowa State is a pretty good defensive team, as we've talked about. But I mean, they matched up twice against Arizona this year. Although it is difficult to beat a team three times in one season, I do think this is the rare case where Arizona does beat a team three times in one season and moves on to the national championship.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you. Both times that these are they played three times. Yeah, they played three times this year, I think.
Oh, they
Every
have
single,
already?
huh?
They have
I'm not
played
sure. I
three?
mean, I'll just say we'll played each other twice already. I know that's true. I just know that every time these two teams have played this season, it's been entertaining games. I know Arizona's come out with both of them, but these two teams like match up pretty well against each other, and they were battling in that Big 12 all season long. But I do think this is Arizona's turn and time to go to the national championship, just because they've had high expectations year in and year out, and they just fallen up short. And I think they have a really polished team this year. I think they're great all around. Um, and they have Bryce James on the bench, giving that James family special power. So give me Arizona to the
He's gonna be
national
drafted
championship.
in he's gonna be
Huh?
drafted in the second round to the Lakers this year.
Even though he hasn't played a single game and he's redshirting. Um, so yeah, Arizona to the national championship. And then for Jacob's matchup, he has Michigan State versus Houston, and I have Michigan State versus Florida. So, how do you see the Michigan State game versus Houston going?
Gosh, this one's a tough one, and I've been flip-flopping in my head um all the time because both are phenomenal defensive teams. Both coaches are very good. Obviously, I'm taking Izzo by far in terms of coaching and everything. They also coached under the same um person under Judd Heathcote. And yeah, so I mean, unfortunately, I am going to have Michigan State losing in this game to Houston. I do think it will be a defensive battle. However, I think Houston's guards are going to be a little stronger than our guards, especially when it comes to the defensive matchup, because I think our guards are going to struggle a little more defensively. And with how good they are defensively, I don't think people like Jordan Scott and Kurt Tang are going to be able to get it going. And um, yeah, so I'm going to have Houston advancing to the national championship for the second year in a row to play Arizona.
Well, it was a good run for our boys. So yeah, I have Michigan State versus Florida. Um, and similarly, I think the ceiling for this team is probably the Final Four. Gosh, I would love to be proven wrong and then just to keep on going and surprise everybody. But I think if they make it to the Final Four, that's kind of where they're going. So I do have Florida over Michigan State in this game. I think they have three really good bigs that are going to be a mismatch for us. Eventually, I think they're gonna um, we might, start out pretty good in defending them, but I think as time wears on, I think they kind of deteriorate us a little bit down low, and I think they get a lot of their points in the paint, and they do still have capable guards who can shoot the ball with Boogie Fland and gosh, I can't think of the kid's name from
Flemings.
Princeton. Huh?
Is it
Xavier
Fleming?
Lee.
Oh,
Xavier
no, I thought,
Lee
oh yeah, I'm sorry.
on
I forgot you're
Florida.
talking about Florida, not
So
Houston.
yeah, I think they're just they gotta I think they have more overall talent on their team. They have experienced guys on their team from last year who just won a national championship, and I just think it's too much to overcome in this game, and I think we're gonna fall a little bit short, but I do think our Sparties will be back next year. Mark my words. So with that being said, I do have Florida moving on to the national championship to face Arizona. Um, and so, yeah, so now with our national championship picks, you would have the two Big 12 teams, Arizona versus Houston, and then I have Florida versus Arizona. So, who do you have winning the 2026 national championship?
So I have with the curse finally being broken because everyone that knows when they fill out a bracket, they bring out the line every year. And for those who don't know what the line is, they draw a line down the middle of our country and it's like part of Texas. And if you're on like the east side of the line, you have a chance to win it, and the west side, no chance. And that's been the thing since like 2000. No one west of the line has won a national championship, but this year I think it's broken. I think Arizona hoists up the trophy and they finally break the curse and win it all.
We've had a lot of similarities in this bracket. I've been on Arizona pretty much consistently all year long. I've been really high on them since the first week or two of the season, even before they got ranked number one. I just really like the way that they're playing against top level competition. They've been beating every essentially every like top team that they've had to play this year. They had a hiccup 2 games in a row. The only 10 games that they lost were back to back, and then other than that, they've won every single game. And I think they've just looked polished and dominant throughout the season. And I've not wanted them to win the national championship all year, but I've had that feeling that this was going to be their year. So I'm going to stay consistent, and I don't think the state of Florida is going to get that win championship in twos, like you mentioned a few videos back. Although that would be just an insane little stat that you would have brought up. But I don't think Florida has what it takes to go back to back. So give me Arizona to win the national championship.
All right, well, that will do it for us today. And hopefully, we end up being wrong and our Spartans hoist up the trophy and Tom gets his second one. But until then, go green.
All right. Have fun watching the tournament. Go white, guys.